What is up, everybody? We return after the break to take you to Game 1 of Week 4 of the Franchise Premier League Season 4. It's Kevin Dunk on the play-by-play. It's True on the color. And once again, it is the wonderful Shivam on production. We got some dancing from the world over here as we zoom in on this guy. But yeah, I think these teams are hyped up, ready to go, looking to take down their opponents that are, near the bottom of the bracket as well. So should be, a winnable matchup for both these teams. But, we're always proven wrong in these games, I'm sure, here, True. But yeah, looking at the early game, any thoughts on how you think this will go? I feel like for most of the sides, it's going to be a farm fest, unless you look at top lane, where I think Bleeding Wolves will do their best to try to beat down on the Ornn.
Yeah, that's certainly true. I mean, like, as far as bot lane is concerned, like, Jinx, with Rockets, you do have the ability to have some early harass, but the problem with it is Alistar is not great level 1, right? I think the joke is that Alistar is not really a champion until you hit like level 2, level 3. So they are going to get shoved in here just because Rakan and Jhin can push that wave out a little bit better. In terms of early game aggression, I can't really imagine that you're going to see a lot from the bot lane, or from either bot lane, assuming that neither of them step up too far. The other thing is, I do agree with you. I think that mid lane is definitely going to be a farm fest. Like Morgana is, as far as I remember, Morgana in lane is like, I press W on your wave and I push. That's pretty much the general
Yeah, practically. Oh, we see some trading here though. Meta should actually get hit by that. Yeah, the dark binding into like the full channel of the Tormented Shadow actually does a lot, so he has to pop a potion.
Yeah, it hurts. I mean, like the thing, like it's devastating when you let yourself get hit by dark binding.
Oh, okay. Forcing out the early flash. Fox just walks at him and throws out the dark binding, and Metashift is forced to flash because they don't have the movement. Oh, Charm gets tanked by a minion, unfortunately. But yeah, Fox in a pretty good position. Too. Yeah, bot lane. Yeah, like you said, trading back heavily with those rockets. AFK Boulder being like the not really a champion at level 2, so is taking the brunt of the punishment. As we see top lane, they're scrapping as well. Bleeding Wolves down a level, now leveled up and looking for the Ornn. And I think in the bot lane, Juanito Soul did get tagged by the Deadly Flourish, but there wasn't that much follow-up damage.
Yeah, but like I think that's just also the general problem that you're going to encounter with this bot lane, right? Rakan Jhin have access to much better early damage as opposed to the Jinx Alistar, because Alistar you have, your one combo. When you hit level 3, you have that additional stun. Wait, top lane.
Oh, top lane, we got a gank here. The World getting jumped on by Conquitos, who hits the knock-up. Fully stacked, a flash away on the World. And then it's Conquitos who gets the E off and executes him for first blood, even through the flash. Conquitos managed to bite them in half, so the World going down early. And it's Bleeding Wolves now with the complete reign over this top lane. This Velvet getting to an early kill, but now we see the knock-up into the Deadly Flourish. Sir Joey turns around on the bot side to make it 1-for-1. It's the junglers getting extremely active on the map even before 3.5. They hit Scuttle, and they immediately, both of them, just run it and get a kill. So it's going to be fun to see what these two aggressive junglers are going to do for the rest of the game, knowing they're already at an early start.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a bit more damning for top lane than it is for bot. Like, obviously, the Jhin and the Rakan are going to be aggressive into this Jinx. That's not going to change, right? Alistar, you only lost the exhaust, so you still have flash up. So if there is going to be an opportunity, it's still certainly possible. But top lane, on the other hand, the World is not having a fun time, right? Forced to burn flash. Bleeding Wolves only used Ghost. Contigos didn't burn anything. You have to TP back to lane to make sure that your CS deficit doesn't get too bad. He's trying to look for a little bit of a cheeky play here. It's still awful to be in because you are at that deficit. I think the one silver lining for the Ornn up there in the top lane is that Mordekaiser didn't get any kill credit. So that's it. But otherwise, like, I'd imagine that the World is probably going to feel like he's going to have to play all the way back under his turret. Like, I guess the other equalizing factor is that Bleeding Wolves doesn't have TP this early on, so he kind of has to stick in lane for a little bit. But still, it feels really bad, especially because you already know that you're at a slight disadvantage in that top lane.
Yeah, absolutely. It's, I think the World is probably just going to be happy to just clear wave and farm and hopefully not take too much damage. I think once you get that Spectre's Cowl, it's a lot easier for the Ornn, as we see. Fox does hit an early level 6, but yeah, like we said, it's just going to be a farm fest as the Ahri clears wave with the Orb, and Morgana clears wave with the little puddle, and it's just a cool little AFK problem.
Joey's looking for a bot lane again?
Yeah, Joey looks for it, but not in range for the CC. Aura not in range for the knockup. Didn't connect either, so Sir Joey's just going to throw down the mist, send up the Spectral Mon, maybe? Okay, not going for a lane gank. They're just going to go back to farming. So it was good on Juanito Sol and AFK Boulder to not, fall for the follow-up gank.
Yeah, I mean, it was just, like, that's Viego just fishing for an opportunity more than anything else. Like, I think the big hope there is that you do get to force a flash out from the Jinx or the Alistar, but as you said, not able to get that gank out. Nothing gets forced. But the teams are at parity, right? Like, it's 1 kill apiece. The farm is relatively even overall, although a lot of that is because Metashift has a big farm lead there in that mid lane, even though the World and Crab and Devadu are at deficits. But overall, gold is still very even between both of these teams. You can see Aura potentially looking for a roam, but Fox just pushes the lane out, goes back, probably might TP back to lane. We'll see.
Yep, it's just chill. The World dragged back in, but yeah, it's getting to a point where Mordekaiser can't really like force a kill unless Born stands in the passive the entire time. Yeah. With the bot prio of the Jhin Rakan, it is going to be Sir Joey securing the first dragon of the game. Void Grubs maybe will go in their direction too, but we'll have to see for that. But it's a Chemtech Drake, so possibility of some powerful souls coming up. I think, there'd be a lot. I feel like Cloud Soul on Morgana is one of those like OP combos that you hit, once every 20 games. So maybe we'll see that.
I mean, Mordekaiser as well, right? Cloud pretty much eliminates any... Oh, Bleeding Wolves. I guess, unfortunately for the World up there in the top lane, Mordekaiser did not do any damage to Ornn in that moment. So yes, you land the CC, but you don't really get any tower damage off with it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Bleeding Wolves is happy to do that. We saw Ornn miss a couple last hits there, as we see trading in the bot side. Headbutt Pulverize, yeah, just the battle dance away. There's really not much you can do as Mordekaiser. Bleeding Wolves taken very low, though, pops the Death Realm and sucks in the World, and he eats a turret shot, but absorbs it with the Obliterate. He got a bunch of health back from popping that ultimate just by stealing the bonus health from the World, but now Sir Joey's looking on the top side. He gets spotted by the minions. Bleeding Wolves has to back away. Flash available for both of them. Called the Forge God into the immediate flash stun. A flash forward, but it's not going to get him away as the World runs him over with the Ram, and it's going to be Sir Joey with another successful gank. Great job by the World to really wait for that flash and immediately just lock him in place with that afterwards. Secures the kill, release some pressure, and hopefully this Ornn can get some plates as well. Oh, wait,
mid lane Fox getting pretty aggressive.
Yeah, he threw out the Spirit Shackles, or Soul Shackles, excuse me, but Spirit Rush away is good. Sir Joey maybe has an inkling of what's going on here and decides not to face check and just going to go straight for the grubs. They have no vision on here, but now AFK Boulder gets spotted. Same with Conguitos. They lock up the Viego. Knock-up hits as well. Exhaust used. Sir Joey has nothing. No flash, no ultimate. Means no chance of escaping, and Conguitos gets their first pickup of the Void Coral with that Endless Banquet, and they're going to go straight for the Void Grubs. So it's a really good start for this Bel'Veth. 2-0 now. Likely going to finish the Kraken on the completion of this grub and on the back, and I think they get the empowered passive for the little Void Remora as well.
And that feels great as Bel'Veth, not just to get the kill, but to get those Void Grubs, as you said. Like, we were talking about how Bel'Veth, you need to stack up your passive so you can scale really well into the game. Those 2 kills already in the pocket as well as those Void Grubs go a long way towards that. I think you were saying that you think Sir Joey might have known that something was going on weird, but I actually think it's the opposite. I don't think he actually knew that anything was happening, because if you think that the enemy jungle and or support are in the area, you don't go straight into grubs. I think he just assumed, okay, Ahri is safe, I don't have to show up. Yeah, we burn Spirit Rush, but Morgana can't really catch on her anymore. I'll just go straight to grubs.
Oh, wait, maybe Juanito Sol in some danger. He gets hit with the knockup, throws down the Flame Chompers, and it roots up the Jhin. AFK Boulder doing their best to peel, but Juanito Sol getting hit by those big auto attacks. The Jhin with that fully completed BF sword is just bonking him, and Juanito Sol taking about 40% HP. Aura and Crab practically take 0 damage because the Jinx just cannot trade back. Like you said, Alistar not really a champion right now, but the World dragged back in by the Death's Grasp, and now it's a speed up from Bleeding Wolves with the Ghost. The World's under his turret, though. Brittle proc to try to trade back. Oh, the World taking so
getting pretty aggressive too.
Yeah, and just barely escapes there with his life. And now Curtain Call used on the bot lane. Conguitos is going to tank that up. I think it was another successful engage from Aura that set that one up. As Conguitos, great job staying still and blocking all those. But now junglers and mid laners are here. Fox getting knocked up. Conquitos missing the knock up themselves, and now it's just a battle dance away. Metashift looking for the charm though, as the Soul Shackles go out. Aura is here with the quickness, but gets rooted up by the trap, has to flash away. Oh my god, the Mega Death Rocket over the wall actually executes him. They get the reset on Juanito Soul, and Conquitos gets the Void Coral. So a bit of an overextension there by Aura, thinking they can make a play. They get caught by the Chomper and just exploded. So great, zoning from the side of excuse me, DA Donkeys, as Juanito Soul picking up their first one, and it's kind of a freebie.
I think it's a problem of Aura feeling like, okay, I'm Rakan, I'm hypermobile, I can be cheeky about this. I can go in, I can mess around. But unfortunately, you do get hit by some CC. I think the other part of it was Fox did land the Dark Binding onto Sir Joey, which really prevented anyone from wanting to walk in. So eventually Rakan gets hit by the Flame Chompers. No one's really able to help out, and as you said, that Super Mega Death Rocket comes in from Juanitos to finalize that kill. And now we're seeing a slight lead start to build up for DA Donkeys. I mean, the gold is going where you want it to, right? 2 kills onto that Bel'Veth, 1 onto this Jinx now. Accelerate your carries up to the point where their power troughs feel less relevant, or sorry, they feel smaller. I think the other problem was, like, unfortunately, the Ahri and the Jhin, like, you'd burned a lot of tools, right? Like, you had burned Curtain Call from Jhin. Ahri's not really able to get in there, so it's a blunder from MSL because it's just hard overstepping, like, or kind of overestimating how mobile he can be in that mode.
Absolutely. Now the Dragons started with this, mid-prio side of DA Donkeys are shredding this pretty quickly. The Royal Maelstrom chunking it low. I don't think there's a contest available for MSL. The Orb of Deception goes out, but not successful out of steal, so it's tied up 1-1s in the Dragon, and it's going to be an Ocean Soul. So, I think that's pretty good for Ornn and maybe the Mordekaiser and Bel'Veth, but, it is one of the weaker, I think, Dragon Souls in those bursty team fights. But like you said, the gold lead
Yeah, I mean, that like the Jin's damage output is still very solid, right? Like, you're still more than capable of pressuring Jinx, even with the kill there. It's just about accessing the Jinx. Right? Alistar has been relatively present, been more focused on looking for head hold combos onto the Jhin. But the other part of it is that it's also relatively easy for Alistar to just knock Rakan away and kind of deny the opportunity for engage.
Yeah, like you said there, the Storm Razor giving Crab enough movement speed to get away from the Chompers even after AFK Boulder successfully gets the headbutt pulverized, and Crab has the Gleaming Quill from Aura to heal him back up, as well as the, the Fleet Footwork. Oh, wait, okay. Oh, dang, the 4th bounce of the Dancing Grenade actually doing a decent chunk. If that Deadly Flourish hit, maybe there'd be more, but now Crab looking for some poke. They don't see the Bel'Veth hiding here. Conquitos is going to lose their upgraded form with the Death in Lavender, but and they're spotted on a ward, so I think it's going to be MSL bot lane knowing to back off.
Right, top lane getting pretty aggressive. Oh!
Wait, the World, though. Yeah, Call the Forge God underturned. He's locked in the Death Realm. Doesn't want to get too close to the Obliterate, doing so much, and he walks up for it. Bleeding Wolves just bonks him over the head as the World thought they had enough damage with maybe the Brittle proc and the auto, but the Mordekaiser cooldowns just come up faster. The shield from the Indestructible? Indestructible Mordekaiser. I mean, he is indestructible. He just walks back in, gets a huge shield, and bonks the World over the head, so that's a solo kill for Bleeding Wolves.
I mean, it's really frustrating in that moment because you could really see the thought in the World's heads, like, oh, I can turn this. I have the Brittle proc, he took a tower shot, this is my opportunity. And then dashes forward, that Indestructible came back up, as you said, and Bleeding Wolves is like, all right, I'll take this kill. I mean, I think the other part of it, though, is that you've kind of seen this Mordekaiser get continuously frustrated with this orb, right? Like, it is so annoying to, like, as a AP top laner, play against someone who can just rush the MR item, and it kind of feels like your damage is borderline non-existent. Speaking to the whole idea of a farm fest, though, Bleeding Wolves does have a Cull in the inventory, so maybe you heard what you said and was like, you know what, that's not a bad idea. I'll just play the long game. I'll out-farm the orb.
Yep,
okay.
Officially, he's going to fight back, though. I mean, he's on a fully completed item. The Riftmaker in those extended trades is so good. Bleeding Wolves also being able to heal up with the Indestructible. And just, yeah, like the call is quite good tech into the Ornn, knowing that the world probably doesn't want to fight anymore. And the Mordekaiser's just clearing waves quite quickly. But now in the mid lane, Fox immediately has to flash away as it was Sir Joey and Aura looking for the CC, but it was a good flash to get out of that. I think they're scrapping over this Rift Herald that will be... Oh, there's not even a Rift Herald. Oh, sorry, it is up as we see Conquitos just immediately jump on the world, and he just gets shredded to pieces. There's no effective MR on this guy, so he just gets wrecked. And now Fox hits the Dark Binding. AFK Boulder is here. It's just a 4v4 in this top side, so I'm not sure if they're going to keep going. Okay, yeah, it's going to be the side of MSL backing off. They did lose their top laner, and it's going to be Bel'Veth immediately on that Rift Herald through that top lane play.
Yeah, I mean, it's so hard to feel like you can play for Rift after you lose your top laner. The other thing is that we were talking about how Morgana is like, I press W on wave, I push the wave. Like, what are you going to do about it? And the answer is not really much. Like, you're forcing Ahri to either lose out on CS or take turret damage just by being present in the lane. Things are going, I'd say, at this point quite well for DA Donkeys. Like, their carries are getting gold. Admittedly, like the Fox, Morgana as a mid laner is not like hard carry, right? Like, you just want to be able to shove the lane super effectively. And now top lane, this is what I was talking about for Bleeding Wolves. This sucks. Like, it feels like you are doing everything in your power to bonk the heck out of this Ornn.
Oh wait, Call the Forge
so
God.
long.
It's cancelled by the Death Realm as we see Bleeding Wolves has enough damage with the ultimate. He misses the Death Grasp, but he hits the Obliterate. Now under turret, the Bellows Breath is not fast enough, and it's going to be another solo boulder, but in mid, it's AFK Boulder tanking up a lot. The damage is there, though. The Heartbreaker into that last Blade of the Ruined King does secure the kill. Now Sir Joey has the body of the Alistar. I don't think they can keep going because Aura doesn't have the quickness any longer. But yeah, trade of kills is topside. Another solo kill, like you said, Bleeding Wolves. I think he was, a bit deceiving because it's I do no damage until I hit ultimate, and then you're just dead. So the world caught by surprise there as well and going to die. As we see, maybe, I think with that bot prio and with that kill on the Alistar, DA Donkey is going to be able to take this dragon uncontested.
Yeah, I think the other thing is that the world is kind of baiting himself into thinking like, yes, this is a hard kill opportunity. Like, you just don't want to, like you're playing to frustrate Mordekaiser, you're not playing to kill Mordekaiser, right? Like, at least at this point in time, like, you still need a bit more MR if you are going to hope to get up to that point, and you're working on it. Bleeding Wolves now has 2 completed items, though, and that is certainly frustrating to deal with. Talking about the dragon, as you said, off of catching out AFK Boulder, MSL, they're able to work on their dragon stacking. They get that second themselves. And speaking about the soul, I mean, like, Ocean Soul is, like, as you said, it's not the most glamorous thing. It's certainly not as powerful as it used to be. But overall, it's not bad. Like, I don't think anyone scoffs at Ocean Soul and says, like, oh yeah, I prefer something else. I think the vast majority of people would take Ocean Soul, like, let's say Cloud Soul, over Chem Soul. So it's still highly prized just off of giving you that healing access.
Yeah, Bleeding Wolves again trading pretty heavily. Getting to bonk the world, who's about half HP. Sir Joey is here, but I think they spotted out the Bel'Veth doesn't want to go any closer, is in the bot lane. Juanito Soul throws up the Chompers. Ooh, man, the damage from just one auto and the Dancing Grenade chunks at Juanito Soul quite low. Crab is, pretty aggressive with the Jhin, which is what I like to see. Didn't buy the peanut build with the Yomus and is starting to lay down some hurt on this bot side as they're going to collect another plate. Yeah, AFK Boulder pretty much has to walk up, headbutt, pull, and then there's not really much you can do afterwards. I think they're going to lose this tower, so MSL with that prio secure this. Ooh, big chunk from Metashift. The quickness
behind. This is a long play, though.
This is a very big TP, though. Yeah, Crab might be in some trouble as Fox is collapsing as well. It's like a crazy 4v5 in the enemy jungle as MSL don't have their top laner. He doesn't have TP. Can they get the escape out? The Soul Shackle is used, but Fox is getting burst instantly, who just goes down. Oh my god, nice dodge of the Super Mega Death Rocket as Sir Joey steals the Morgana's body. Metashift locked in the Death Realm, but is far away enough with that Spirit Rush. Tries to kite away, gets hit with the Obliterate and flashes the wall. Now, wait, but they flash too close and they get killed by the Bel'Veth, and now Mordekaiser's running them down. The Ornn is here, called the Forge God, hits too. The knockup, the damage is there on the Mordekaiser, but do they have enough damage to kill him? I'm not sure as Crab walks up for another auto, dodges the pullback. Good spacing from this Jhin, has the 4th shot primed and ready. I don't think they can keep going unless the curtain call is used, but in the end, in all that chaos, it was just a 1-for-1. You'd think that after that crazy TP into the 5-man collapse, it'd be a lot more for either side, but in the end, it's pretty tame results compared to what the setup was.
It looks like it's going to be a tower in the favor of MSL as well, though, just because they have the wave, they're able to push it out. Yeah, it's a crazy series of events when you consider there was no objective to fight over, right? Bleeding Wolves just forced that fight to happen, TPing in, Fox trying to get something as well. But at this point, as Morgana, you don't have a locket, you don't have the Seeker's Arm Guard either, so you're kind of just forced to ult, hope that, you can proc it, and or die. In that situation, the Morgana dies.
Oh, wait.
Oh, no.
Conguito's trying to get into the Herald, but it goes down to the eye. Now Conguito's can't actually turn. It's a shutdown on them, onto Metashift. Juanito's still trying to DPS, but they can't do enough as the Jinx just doesn't have the damage. Flash forward, Bellows Breath. Sir Joey executes him with the Royal Maelstrom, and now it's just the Mordekaiser in a 1v5. Everybody drops ulti on him. They finally get the kill as Crab just blasts him to pieces with that curtain call shot. It is a decent attempt on the turret. They get it, but Conguito's gets caught afterwards trying to get the getaway car, and I think with that 3-for-0 in the mid lane, it's going to be MSL taking this opportunity to get Baron Nashor essentially just a minute after spawn. Just too much rampaging with that Rift Herald gets Conguitos into trouble. They lose the team fight. Now they're going to lose the Baron.
And this is not a particularly fast Baron, but it does look like DA, their call is like, okay, well, we can't really have anyone realistically try for a contest here, so we'll just have Morgana push out the bot lane. But speaking to what happened there, as you said, like DA angled for that mid lane outer turret with the Rift Herald, and then in the critical moment, Conguitos is like, okay, well, I gotta get out. I'll try to take the Herald out, and that was MSL's call to pounce, right? Like we've been talking about how MSL, yes, they've been on the lower ends of the kills up until pretty much the past two team fights, but overall, I would say that their champions are at the point where they feel more comfortable fighting, right? Like yes, the Bel'Veth has 3 kills in the pocket. The Mordekaiser has 3 as well. But at the end of the day, the power that MSL has just with the Jhin, the Viego is just so much stronger, especially when key tools are down. The other problem is that Jinx's damage isn't there yet, right? Like this is a almost 2-item Jinx, right? But you're not competing with the damage that Jhin is able to pump out. Like I did a check earlier, Jhin had almost over 100 AD on the Jinx. So yeah, the Jin's going to hit harder. But looks like DA, they found their silver lining, so to speak. They do have the inside track on that dragon, so they are going to neutralize it.
Yeah, it's looking like MSL are just choosing to give that and use that to get gold elsewhere on the map. I do want to bring up that Sir Joey did go for the IE second item. I think that's I have so much money, I'm just going to buy it, which is why they were sitting on 1.5 item for so long, is because they even bought the 2 longswords, I think, going for the collector, but in the end, it was just straight up IE. But now with this bush camp, Conguito's actually dashing away with the Void Surge. Can they get away fast enough? It's the Spirit Rush forward. Conguito's actually living for just a little bit longer, as it's going to be them surviving. Curtain Call used, Metashift locked in to the ultimate as the Mordekaiser just knocks him over. This might be an over contest, as we see Crab flashing away from the zap. Headbutt Pulverize hits them. The knockup that is good. Bleeding Wolves away for just a little bit longer, but Joey is not there to help the team. The World finally making it, has the Call of the Forge God ready, but Crab is taken so low. Sir Joey doesn't have the ultimate anymore as they're going in on the Mordekaiser. They have the decent damage. Bleeding Wolves doesn't have ulti to get out. A huge knockup from the Call of the Forge God gets 1 reset for the Viego, and again, the 4th shot executes the cow. This guy gets turned to ground beef, and now Juanito's soul is just by himself. Searing charge forward, the slow misses. Crab has the Deadly Flourish available. They just need to tag this Jinx a little bit. Okay, they can't get close enough, but in the end, Bleeding Wolves goes up too far without the ultimate and gets isolated. Great CC chain from the World, secures 2 and the turret. In the end, it's a pretty even play from both sides. DA Donkeys do get a lot in the mid lane from Fox pushing, and they did get the shutdown, I believe it was on Metashift. So ultimately, gold lead is still quite close, and the Baron buff is now timing out.
I mean, gold lead is close. There's some quotation marks on close, right? Like you're seeing that the World already upgraded their first item, already handed off an upgrade into Crab and FU's inventory, right? You have that upgrade on E. So the gold lead is bigger in reality than it is visually. But I think in that particular moment, MSL, they hard committed for the kill on Contiguous, and it's completely fair and justifiable. But AFK Boulder found a headbutt pulverize onto all 4 members present. And that was
in some trouble. Dashed away once already with
Should
the
be okay.
grand entrance. Yeah, okay. Metashift is there for the Battle Dance recast, so they're going to be okay. But I think Conquitos actually whiffed the knock-up, so it's going to be just a safe exit for the Rakan.
Yeah, but MSL, they had initially bitten off a little more than they can chew.
Oh, wait, again?
Wait, Aura might be a bit...
Okay, we're just getting a repeat of what happened earlier.
Yeah, look, man, he's a support. He's trying to play for vision, right? It's one of your
fair.
It's one of your jobs as a support. It's also like your biggest occupational hazard, right? Like, how many times do you see, your support walk up for a ward and then all of a sudden someone shows up and kills them? Like your support's trying to get vision, man.
Yeah, OSHA hates this guy.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, for that fight in top lane, MSL initially bit off more than they could chew, but once again, the power isn't there quite yet for DA Donkeys. They can't take an extended fight and extended engage. So off of them trying to force it for a little bit too long, they get punished. And speaking of getting punished, the world might be in a bit of trouble here.
Yeah, he flashes away, gets hit with the knock-up. The above and below is good, and this guy doesn't really have any armor, so it's just Conquitos just landing the autos into the dark side to keep him in place. And yeah, it's just enough lockup. But in the top side, it is Bleeding Wolves getting jumped on. It's very similar. Sir Joey Heartbreaker's out, but maybe Bleeding Wolves is in a bad spot. He's locked in place by his own death round and gets taken out by Metashift. So the 4-man play bot. Oh, sorry, 3-man play bot gets answered by the 4-man play top, and I think it's just going to be DA Donkeys, though, getting more out of it because they're going to be able to get that tier 2 turret with the wave. So ultimately, gold still remains even. I think this is going to tie it up. This is going to give a little bit of an edge for DA Donkeys, but it's not like a significant amount. Like you said, the ornaments still being a lot of that gold lead. It's getting to that hyper late game, though, where like Jinx and Bel'Veth start hitting 3, maybe 4 items if the game keeps longer, and it gets scarier, for MSL. But we also have a 3-item Viego with a 50% crit chance, so this guy, if he gets uptime, he is going to hurt.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Sir Joey is so capable of dealing out damage with this build, like you were talking about. It's a bit greedy, right, with that IE, but if you can manage to get those resets off, it's huge. The other thing is that Jhin still hits quite hard, right? Crab has yet to die, but speaking of dying, AFK Boulder gets a little spooked. Doesn't burn the Unbreakable Will, though.
Yeah, the Celestial Opposition just blocks so much damage, and he heals back up from the Honey Fruit, but the setup is good for MSL. They have so many CC tools like we were talking about before. The pick is so good for them. Like a single charm into a Deadly Flourish could be death here. Juanito Soul getting a bit too close to the wall. Oh, the charm goes wide, though. Quickness used on Fox, who just instantly goes down before, but he gets the Zonias off, but I think surely he's going to die to the Blade of the Rune King now. The knockup from the Call of the Forge God is good. Metashift looking for a charm over the wall. Sir Joey throwing out the spells from the Stolen Morgana body, and they have the fast track to the Dragon, but look at the flank from Bleeding Wolves, who is here. The charm hits AFK Boulder, who jumps out. He's tanking up so much, but Juanito Soul is taken so low. Conquitos doing big damage, and he kills Sir Joey. They steal the Void Coral as we see the Mordecai is just running over the back line. It's just everyone from MSL scattering as the world tries to escape and can't get anywhere. AFK Boulder finally goes down as Metashift hits him with a good charm. The world looking for Juanito Soul. Metashift trades back with the autos with the Foxfire and barely survives that with the healing. And now the world in a 2v1. The Jin's not here, neither is the Ahri. I think he's just going to go down because he has no backup. And what was a crazy pick from the side of DA from MSL takes a bit too long, and DA Donkeys actually capitalize on that wasted time from Fox, and they win the team fight and get the Dragon for Soul Point.
Yeah, and I think the other thing is Fox being able to stay alive there by virtue of the Zhonya's, then getting the flash out, pretty much forcing the fight to extend by roughly 3 whole seconds, gives Bleeding Wolves that opportunity to look for the flank, and it does get dicey, right? It's not clean from either team, and it honestly could have gone either way. But fortunately for DA, they are the ones who eventually come away with the objective because Crab and Metashift are forced to just completely walk out, and the only person they were contending with at that point was the world. So DA goes up to Soul Point, but we're seeing how messy these fights are getting, how close they are, and if that's an indication of anything, I think MSL is probably starting to worry a little bit more about this Jinx, right? You're almost on that critical 3rd item point, and those resets are going to become more and more meaningful as time goes on. The landscape, such as it is for DA, is if you can kill the Viego or the Ahri, your fights are so much easier to execute on, especially that Viego. Meanwhile, I think for MSL, like, you're really worried about how much this comp is starting to scale up.
Wait, MK Boulder caught a little bit, flashes over
away
into the opposing bush, and I think they're just gonna die here. That was very, you know, no flame, but questionable flash. They flashed towards the enemy team, and they just didn't have an angle out. You know, better to save that, you'd think, for a future engage, but they just go down for free. And now they don't have that key tool, and it was actually even the teleport burnt by Bleeding Wolves to try to turn around the play, and it's just a bit late, so freebie given over to MSL, and they're going to use that time to clear up vision, looking for a pick here. It's very dark for the side of DA Donkeys. They have to know not to face check against this team comp.
Yeah, I mean, it's Fox that had to TP in, right? Like, they brought Morgana in because they were concerned about
Fox
the
TP
getting started. But, like, yes, that is a legitimate and valid concern. Like, unfortunately, or I guess rather.
Call you, Juanito Soul tanking up the bullets though. Fourth shot, will it hit? It goes wide, but Juanito Soul even taking 2 bullets, about half HP meta shift, jumps back in with the Spirit Rush, trying to bait something as the world's getting bonked on by Bleeding Wolves. With that passive, meta shift going for the charm, goes wide, and now the knockup from Googie's hits, but he's getting chain CC. They finally kill meta shift, but the Call of the Forge God hits 3. Mafox hits 3 members with the Soul Shackles as the Jinx is keeping the range. Bleeding Wolves in the front line. Sir Joey stealing the body with the Heartbreaker. Can they get the next reset? I don't think they have the damage. This Mordekaiser's just too tanky. Finally, the Orange gets it. Crab walking forward, hits the 4th shot, but has to back out. The Deadly Flourish blocked by the Black Shield as Juanito's trying to get the zaps on, but Crab just flashes forward and kills him with the auto attack. Blasts him in the head with a crit, and in the end, a messy team fight, but it is a 3-for-2 for MSL. Bleeding Wolves lived so long there with the help of the Randuin's Omen. Joey just couldn't get the reset, but now it's just Fox and AFK Boulder, and I don't think they can actually hold this turret against the Jhin on that 3 items. This guy is scary. Oh, actually, they're gonna hold. I think they're just a bit too scared of the Alistar, so it's gonna be DA Donkeys not giving up the turret. And again, we said it many times before, True, but the gold lead, at least visually, is pretty damn even, as these team fights can really go either which way.
Yeah, and we're seeing towards the end of that team fight, like, how annoying Crab can be, right? As this Jhin, like, your access to 4th shot, this is what we called out. These are not tanky champions that you are contending with. Like, the field is rather open, so as long as you're able to hit pretty much anyone other than that Mordekaiser, you are going to hurt pretty hard. And Juanitos, you know, was on the receiving end of that 4th shot in that last fight. And I think if Jinx is able to stay up a bit more uncontested, then that might go the other way. But yeah, we're seeing how these fights are, like, really frustrating for both of these teams because there isn't a definitive winner pulling away from them. And, you know, that lead that MSL had, right, is like it's constantly, you know, going back up, going back down. Like, these teams are functionally at parity, not factoring in the ornaments coming through, but it's still very, very frustrating to contend with.
Meta shift going in for a big chunk with the Spirit Rush and the Malignance, and now the Alistar caught by the Deadly Flourish. He's rooted up. I don't think they want to use their ultimate, but they barely live. The Protoplasm Harness keeping them a little bit more healthy, but that was a big chunk onto multiple DA members, and I think they might have to give up this turret after that. As okay, I thought the Crab was just going to walk up and 4th shot the turret, but I guess not. So it's going to be Bleeding Wolves being able to clear this, but the entire bot side jungle of DA Donkeys is being cleared out and warded by the side of MSL. Oh, Death Rush. Oh, just barely missing.
Yeah. I mean, Dragon is up in 10 seconds. MSL have the inside track on it. They have all the vision that they need, but they do have vision in the pit. So
big damage again onto the Alistar. Taking to about 20% HP. They pop the Unbreakable Will. That is big. If MSL bait this out, that means the Alistar won't have the ultimate for this fight, as Sir Joey's already on the Dragon. A whiff of the charm as they keep pushing forward. Can they secure it? They do. Soul point to soul point, but I think DA still want the fight. Flash forward from Bleeding Wolves. Can he get it? He hits the ultimate, but he gets charmed up. Then he just instantly dies. He doesn't get the ultimate off fast enough. Call the Forge God now, and the Curtain Call kills the cow. It's a double kill for meta shift as Juanito Soul's running away. The 4th shot hits Fox, and he's going to go down to the charm. It's a triple. Make it a maybe quadra, as the Zanyas is going to deny it for a little bit longer, but no, it's meta shift with the quadra. Just jumping through the entire team. The full damage build of this Ahri is really paying off as he stunts on him just a little bit. And it's a clean 4-for-0 for MSL as DA Donkeys run forward. No engage, and they just get blown up by the burst of MSL, who's going to take the tier 2 and the tier 3 mid, maybe even the inhib. It was a big fight for them, and I think that's going to shift the control of the game into MSL. They might be trying to end here as well.
I think it's just an end angle. Like, you're seeing how long these death timers are. The only one who's at single digits is AFK Boulder. You're not worried about the Alistair. And I think they're just going to play it for the end and get us to game 2.
Yeah, Conquitos is doing his best, but I don't think he can do a damn thing. Gets blown up by the crit, and in the end, it's AFK Boulder again, just the last guy standing. It has MSL taking one decisive team fight around that Dragon Soul point and blowing DA out of the water. Great team fighting from their side. Turn it around in one, and it's just, it's close until it isn't. Like you said, True, it's DA Donkeys going down after that whiffed engage. And we are back, Franchise Premier League, with Season 4, Week 4, baby. It's MSL versus the Divine Ascension Donkeys. Kebin, Dunk, and True back here again to talk through the League of Legends game, as we had some unhinged chats before jumping back on live, which we will not disclose. But one thing we were discussing is that Mel, one of the lowest win rates in the game right now at 45%. And I'm doing some digging on op.gg. And it looks like Mel Skarner is one of the lowest win rate duos for mid jungle in the game at 46%. So, that might be a problem for the side of DA going into this game too, as they look for a game 3, look to take it a game 3, but it will be hard based on what we think is in the draft. But early game, how do we feel about that, True?
Yeah, I mean, okay, well, top lane here, I'd imagine, is just going to be more towards Bleeding Wolves, just because as Garen, you are able to be a bit more mobile than that Scion and really pressure quite well. But, like, I think it's, and it's also a similar case here in bot lane, right? Like, the Blitzcrank should be able to pressure, and, like, I think this is another case of, like, having Hook might create more pressure for you than actually using it, because it is a long cooldown very early on, and it does chew through your mana bar. So AFK Boulder, like, you have maybe like 1, maybe 2 more hooks that you can throw out before you become like way less concerning. But with that early level 2, oh no, it's even. But like, you want to be able to pressure this cog loop, right? And if you're not able to do that, there's the hook.
The rocket grab hits the Ignite invested aura, immediately flashing away and throwing out the Glitter Lance. So, I mean, hey, you caster Cursor, caster Blessing there, True. You said it. You want to pressure, and they immediately hit the hook for chunking down the Kalulu to about half HP and burning the heal as well, and the flash. Oh, Fox.
They're in the mid lane.
Bad trade. Oh, damn. Look at the damage on that Edge of Ixtal, hitting twice in a very short time. Means that Fox on the losing end of those trades, even though it's a range versus melee, and you can throw it like the damage, but it just doesn't do much as he immediately pops the rebuttal to block a little bit, but it's not a ton. But look,
whoa, Joey, you're getting caught out here.
Joey. Oh my God, that's how happens when you have that early game pressure from the Garen. I think maybe even probably could have killed if they invested the flash and the ignite, but ooh, dodge of the hook, good dodge from Crab as AFK Boulder, like you said, burning a lot of mana on that as Bleeding Wolves with that prio. It's getting a lot of pressure on the map.
Yeah, absolutely, especially because you know where Sir Joey was, you know that they couldn't even hit his blue buff, so like Bleeding Wolves able to create space as well for Contiguous, or Conguitos, my bad, I always mess that up, to do quite well for himself. Like, I think you're pretty much super happy with how that goes. Oh, wait,
forward.
Man!
Oh, Meta Shift just executes him with the Flash Ignite instantly. Conguito's looking for a turnaround. Doesn't hit the Ixtal's impact, but I think with the slow and the damage, yeah, it's going to be a kill trade.
Yeah, there's no flash.
Yeah, Fox didn't even, Fox didn't even get an assist on that, so that's pretty bad for the Mel. Like, Meta Shift is going to have a pretty big lead here, and Fox just completely not having anything in that trade.
Yeah, I mean, you got caught out, like completely, right? Like, you're ultra low. Like, I think this is also an instance where you probably don't play against Kiana too often, so you kind of forget, like, this is the damage that this champion's able of pumping out, and Meta Shift going up to that lead via the kill is going to feel really, really good. That's kind of what I'm also speaking to, is like Mel feeling really bad, right? Like, you burn your W, you don't have access to it for this early in, like, you don't have access to it for another 38 seconds. Like, Kiana's going to worry very little about what you are going to do to her with that tool on.
Yeah, absolutely. And now Bleeding Wolves trading on the world. But, this is getting to the point where the Scion actually starts winning because he has those 2 cloth armors, and the Garen just doesn't. Like, the armor shred on the Judgment is good, but it's not amazing. Oh, as we see, bottom lane, Boulder almost hits the hook, but just barely missing the Kog'Maw's tail. And like you said, you don't play against Kiana probably very often. and the Mel is going to, you know, suffer without the gold able to impact, because again, there's a tank on the other side, there's an assassin. These are not great matchups for the Mel, and they're gonna have to deal with it as Bleeding Wolves, ooh, getting hit with a big decimating smash. The World getting a big chunk on them with the auto, but now in the bot lane, I think they hit a hook. Crab investing the barriers. Juanito Soul looks for it, slowed down by the Void, who's the flash away from Crab.
Oh no!
Wants the knockup, but he can't get in range. He has to flash out, but Juanito Soul's going to kill him with the double up. But I think the slow was enough. Oh, the flash at the last second. Oh, the minion damage is just barely not enough to get the kill, and it was a bit of a sloppy execution, but DA Donkeys don't care. They got the kill. They got out without dying. It is going to be their bottom lane securing a kill on the Kog'Maw.
Yeah, and you saw the AFK Boulder, you know, like really wanted to hit the Kog'Maw with the knockup, but then kind of realized, like, okay, well, if I do that, then I'm probably going to die. Walks back, hits the Lulu instead, and then the MF is able to secure the kill. You walk out totally unscathed, right? Definitely weren't worried. But yeah, like that's what you would expect from this lane, right? It's good that Crab has been able to maintain parity on farm, although you are going to see with Juanito getting back into lane that will be very much MF favored. But it sucks to be in this lane, right? Because the moment you eat that hook, 3-6, like I said, it's horrible, right? Like, you don't have wild growth from Lulu. Like, your silence isn't all that effective, considering it's a Blitzcrank. So you kind of just have to, like, play ultra safe and, like, sack lane for a little bit, or die. It's one of those two options, and unfortunately for Crab and Aura, they are getting hard pressured this game.
Yep, they do manage to get this bottom lane dragon with that Bob Prio, though. Bleeding Wolves actually getting 2 rotations of the Judgment, forces the flash from the World Scion. So, I mean, good offensive pressure from the Garen, about two and a bit waves ahead as well. So, yeah, in the very extended trades, the World actually can't do much unless he hits a big decimating smash at first. And ultimately, like, yes, it's great, but you have to be thinking, is this like 900, 1k gold lead enough to, you know, face the late game of MSL, considering that Juanito So seems to be
There's
going.
another
Oh my
hook.
god, another hook. The heal invested Aura does have the flash, but choosing not to use it. That's just another big chunk. They can't 100-0 the Lulu through the heal, but that is a ton of damage. But I was just saying that the MF having the lethality means that they won't be able to kill this guy, but maybe this guy will. Bleeding Wolves just hits him with the Demacian Justice after the ignite, and it's just an easy 100 to, well, I guess 70% to 0 as Bleeding Wolves gets the full channel of the Judgment twice. It's just, yeah, I mean, the World, I mean, I take it back. I thought he was fine after building some armor, but he's getting actually shredded to pieces in those long fights, so Bleeding Wolves picking up a solo bolo and some plates.
I mean, yeah, like, I think the other part of it is, like, yes, you're stacking up a lot of HP, and that feels really good, even with that armor. The Judgment shreds the armor, as you said, but the other part of that is that, like, Demacian Justice is true damage, right? You have Demacian Justice, you have Ignite, and then the Demacian Justice's damage scales with missing HP. So the moment you go below 50, that's pretty much an indicator that Garen is going to try to ult you, like, in short order, because of that execute damage on that ability, and then you also have the Ignite, you know, to make sure that the kill gets secured. So yeah, like, it's a annoying position for the World to find themselves in, especially considering you're seeing that CS difference start to balloon, you know, going from like, what was, like 15 earlier, and now it's well over 20, on its way to 30. Bot lane, you're getting pressured as well. Mid lane has been, you know, a slightly, like, better time because Metashift was able to get that solo kill earlier, but it's just not, you know, panning out too great for MSL because you have these 2 losing lanes early on, and really the Gwen is not able to facilitate any of those lanes on, like, at this moment.
Yeah, the Gwen is for sure just like a farm champion.
God.
Like, you farm, hit your first item, and then you start doing things, but somehow they're actually losing to Conguitos in that farm battle. I think it's likely because of the Void Grubs and the Dragon just giving so much, you know, to that CS counter. But ultimately, yeah, like, the Skarner can gank a lot harder early compared to the Gwen. The Gwen is that late game insurance, so it's really, I think, up to MSL to kind of weather the storm for long enough that they can get this Kog'Maw, this Gwen, this Scion online, and then they can win the team fights from there. But, you know, you have to stem the bleeding. Ooh, okay. Rocket Punch doesn't hit. The World actually investing the ultimate.
I mean, it's a long angle for that Skarner. And up here in top lane, this is hell. by the way. Like, the world... No, the world was completely zoned off of the previous wave, had to ult back in to, you know, catch something. But, like, you can't do anything to this Garen right now. Like, yeah, you're trying to stack up armor, but Bleeding Wolves doesn't really care, especially when you have ult available.
Oh, Crab is in danger here.
Trying to bait it out, that Gwen's coming in.
Yeah, Wild Growth, but they're actually trading heavily back onto Juanito's Soul. The Needlework is here with the Gwen. Big damage. They try to go for the Blitzcrank. Oh, Living Artillery takes Juanito's Soul very low. One more. Oh my god, it actually gets him. Juanito's Soul didn't flash. And he's going to go down to the ultimate there. Now they have the long chase. The Kiana makes it to the play. I think the Blitzcrank is out, but... Man, I thought Juanito's Soul would flash that, but maybe they just underestimated the damage and they go down, giving a kill over to Crab. You know, lightening up the pressure means the Kog'Maw can free farm, get a little bit of plate money, get some farm back, and it's pretty even now in the spot side.
That is the breathing room that Crab really needed, right? Like, you saw the Kog'Maw kind of trying to bait the fight forward, be like, oh no, we're weak and vulnerable, and then Sir Joey able to come in, land those slows to enable the Kog'Maw. As you said, like, shore up some of that CS deficit. Does have that Gwynsu's completed, so it will be enabling MSL to play a bit more towards or a bit more around that Kog'Maw. But that being said, there's still a pretty notable advantage overall for DA. Sir Joey might be in a bit of trouble.
Gets hooked back in after the knockup, gets silenced, and now the Demacian Justice rains down. The lack of prio from the lanes means MSL jungle is not safe for Joey as he's just going to get invaded on the 3-man. Great plays from AFK Boulder to find the angle. Conguitos getting an assist and the Garen getting another kill. Bleeding Wolves now very far ahead. That's, you know, just a great look from the side. And I think with that prio killing the jungler, they're going to go for this dragon. Maybe Metashift can do something though.
I mean, like...
He's looking for a flash polymorph. The supreme display of talent goes wide, though. The Ixtal's impact cancels out the boulder toss, and the Lulu's taking up so much damage. The bullet time invested as Aura uses one last shield, uses the glitter lance. Can they get away with the escape? The rock is picked up. I think the shatter.
You want to donate this kill so really badly.
Oh my god, AFK Boulder gets too close to Kiana and dies. Finally, the Skarner gets it, and now it's still a 3v2. Kog'Maw gets away, and now the Kiana is still alive. Sir Joey makes it with the needlework, and the Golden Eclipse doesn't actually get the execute. Conguitos looking for the wall stun. They get it. They're healing up from the protoplasm, but can Sir Joey get more? Skarner's out of mana. Juanito's Soul's firing back, but a double over to the Kiana, who just rips and tears through them with that Hydra proc and the ability. Again, the TP is so late. Can the Garen do something about it? Metashift and Crab are limping out of here. There's no mana on the Kog'Maw. Metashift gets the root. Bleeding Wolves is chasing, has to chase two of them, and Crab.
Oh my god. It's just like, it's just like a little dance.
Trick as Metashift gets the root, and Crab, I think, is going to go for the execute. Bleeding Wolves flashes forward, gets the ignite, and he can't. Oh, the fruit was so close to healing him enough, and it's managed by Crab to finally get the execute, so good angle on that. So the TP play ended up getting a kill for the Garen. Yes, the Kog'Maw goes down, but the gold doesn't go to anyone. So ultimately, still nobody gets the dragon, but MSL, I think, are pretty happy about that play, getting a lot of money onto their Kiana.
Yeah, I mean, it was a real salvage situation, like, when Metashift was able to finalize both of his kills. Oh, wait, Bleeding Wolves.
Yeah, I think he probably wants out of this, though. The Blitzcrank is here.
He's not tanky. You gotta keep that in mind. Like, yes, Garen does have access to free stats as long as you are last hitting well, but like, at the end of the day, you know, you're building damage early. Like, Gwen is more than capable of hurting pretty hard. DA, they are on the inside track for that dragon, so they are able to get it for themselves. It is going to be a chem map in this game. And, like yes, I think that MSL is happy to get that gold onto Metashift, right? Like, it's great for that Kiana to become more and more of a threat. But DA, they've been coming away with objectives so far, and that's also its own win condition, so I imagine they're quite happy about that.
Oh, Metashift looking for this angle on top side, but Fox just instantly wave clearing with that Radiant Volley. The lane swaps are kind of funky, but I think it's better for Fox, knowing that they won't be at threat of being killed, and then the Garen should realistically not die to the Kiana. As I think Aura and Crab have fully outscaled AFK Boulder and a Juanito's Soul at this point. Like you said, oh, sorry, wait, okay. They're just gonna be like ships passing on in the night. They just walk away from each other as Fox, in some danger, takes a big chunk from Metashift, who gets the doubles Ixtal's edge. And in the end, yeah, it's a 1.3k goldish lead. I think if MSL kind of like keep parity at this point, they just need to get their Kog'Maw onto that 2 items, maybe get the Gwen on 1, and they can win the team fights, but it's looking like Conguitos wants the kill onto the Kiana. Rocket grab dodged. I don't think Skarner can go for the dive under turret because the Gwen is there, but a lot of the pressure from the Blitzcrank is no longer there. Oh, Bleeding Wolves?
Should be able to walk out of this,
The
yeah.
ghosts. And yeah, I mean, he can't actually fight face to face because, yeah, the Gwen just loses the stat check as the Garen's level 12.
There's a
Oh,
hook.
Crab gets hooked though. Ultimate invested. Wild Growth as well, but Juanito's taken very low. The Polymorph is good, trading back from the Kog'Maw as Conguitos getting a gank in the mid lane, gets the pullback with the Impale Fox, getting the root with the Solar Snail, the World taking to about half HP, uses the Flash as well. Can he evade the last Radiant Volley? He does not, as he gets killed by the Golden Eclipse, and on the top side it actually is the Garen just getting a solo bolo dive in the top side. Bleeding Wolf securing another kill for themselves with the Demacian Justice. And there's no trade back as Sir Joey's looking, but he doesn't have the Ghost. Misses the first needle work, hits the second, a turret shot tanked, and Bleeding Wolves finally does go down to the Gwen, so good shutdown from Sir Joey there to secure it, but ultimately DA Donkeys are kind of running the lanes, but now trying to clear the wave is Juanito's Soul, but it's going to be Crab tanking just enough damage to live, and same with Aura as they do a beautiful dive. They saw AFK Boulder was gone and they immediately go for it. Great juggling of the turret aggro to secure Kog'Maw another kill, but AFK Boulder wants something here. Okay.
Not gonna get any.
Okay, now you got it.
Yeah, and you were talking about Crab and Aura, kind of outscaling Juanitos as well as AFK Boulder, and that is kind of happening here because, like I said, like when you see the Blitz use the hook, you feel a lot more confident to walk in. But also post 6, as long as Lulu has ultimate and Kog'Maw, like on top of that, Kog'Maw has Barrier, you are surprisingly tanky. Like MF and Blitz did not get a commanding lead. They were roughly before the tower goes down, they were roughly at parity in terms of gold. So yeah, it doesn't feel all that great, like with this Cog Lulu scaling up, and that is exactly what MSL are hoping for. Now, it's not great that Metashift died. Oh, we're all getting pretty low here.
Yeah, he's getting quite low. Bleeding Wolves going for the solo turret dive, cancels the decimating smash, but can't just tank so many turret shots. I think they were looking for the execute with the ignite, but now in the bot lane, the flash away, still too close to the wall. Metashift gets the stun into the full combo. You can flash away from the supreme display of talent, but you still gotta be wary of the hitbox as it's going to be Juanito Soul going down once again, just misjudging the distance, and Metashift picking up a freebie with that ultimate.
I think that Supreme Display of Talent is one of the most frustratingly large hitboxes in the game. Because you might be close to the middle of the river and you're still getting hit by it. But looks like DA, their call is okay, well, we know where the Kiana is. We aren't going to worry about the Supreme Display of Talent, hitting us all in river. So they are able to get that objective for themselves. They've had a lot of good control over those neutral objectives in this game so far. And once again, the world not having a magnificent time here.
He's just getting run down by the Garen. This is the life of playing a tank player against a bruiser. You just gotta sit there and take the punishment.
Yeah, I mean, you're able to trade back by virtue of those 2 turret shots as well, but at the end of the day, it's just really right. There's nothing you can do. You kind of just have to walk through and hope you survive, unless you're gonna have to commit the ult. Dragon is up in just about 12 seconds now. These teams angling for it.
Yep, and Rift Herald invested topside. Maybe this is going to be an angle for Bleeding Wolves. Doesn't want to tank too hard, take some damage, but I think he might have an angle if the World doesn't clear this wave fast enough. The World charging up the devastating smash to behind the turret, and now as soon as that's down, it's Bleeding Wolves just dropping the ultimate on him. The ignite not going to pierce through the soul furnace. I think the World is going to be alive just barely, but the top side pressure from this Garen is so strong. The hook hits, actually. They hit the Kiana Metashift to actually get the shield, and the healed Supreme Display of Talent gets on Juanito Soul, and they kill immediately the Misfortune as the flash away from Conguitos is invested. This Kog'Maw is just running around and dealing so much damage with that Bio Arcane Barrage. They got the successful hook, but I think that was just a better angle for the Kiana as the wild growth was so good. Oh, the hook barely misses Aura. And I think it's going to be DA Donkeys giving up this dragon, but they're trying to go for it. No, yeah, they're not in time. As now it's a 5v3. The Sion ulti goes wide. Bleeding Wolves now here without the ultimate, though. He might get kited out. He gets rooted up by the Ixtal's edge. AFK Boulder trying to frontline, but taking a lot of damage. Oh, they hit suppress. It's 3 as we see the Impale go so well. As we see how Conguitos dealing tons of damage, but he's going to go down. AFK Boulder is getting a kill. here. They're trying to kill the Lulu. Gets rooted up, but I think they're tanking enough. Decimating Smash, not enough for the knockup, and Juanito so kills him with the double up. What a chaotic fight that was. Felt like Crab could have taken over, but he just gets popped, and now flash forward. Supreme Display of Talents back up. Mediship goes for it, and he actually gets it. He gets the shutdown on Bleeding Wolves with that last edge of Ixtal, and Juanito Soul is just going to collect them for another kill. This MF just on the cleanup crew means that in the end, I don't even know how many people died. I think it's a 4 for 3, but the gold lead is actually still in the favor of DA Donkeys after that fight.
Yeah, I mean, like, DA Donkeys kicked that fight off by landing a hook onto Aura. Like, they didn't force the flash from the Lulu at that moment, but it was a severe overcommitment of resources, right? Like, you got the hook, and then you instantly used bullet time in an awkward angle for a single target, which gave MSL the confidence to, like, re-engage the fight, like, functionally. Also landing that Supreme Display of Talent to stop the bullet time channel. And things are really good for them there, up until the moment where Bleeding Wolves is kind of able to make his way in. They pressure the Kog'Maw, and Garen becomes a menace in that fight. Like, yes, Metashift is able to salvage it back by trading onto the Garen, but the fight carried on for so long that Juanitos was actually able to respawn and come back into the fight after the dragon goes down, and, you know, make things relatively at parity for DA. Like, they are up. They did lose out on the objective. But I think, like, for MSL, the more important thing is that that stacking does get stopped up.
Absolutely. It's, Metashift maybe in some danger there. Gets the grass element, but they're going to get jumped on by Conguito. Solar Snare doesn't hit as the Supreme Display of Talent is invested to knock away the Skarner. Oh wait, Rocket Grab over the wall. Sir Joey popping the Hallowed Mist, keeps them safe from Juanito Soul, but they also use the Needlework to try to scare away the Garen, which works, but that is ultimate and the, just the ultimate down from the Gwen. And it's looking a bit scary. Like, AFK Boulder's been really good with these hooks, and that pressure means that I think Bleeding Wolves and Fox have actually a lot of pressure on the map here. Like, Conquitos can gank for one lane, and then AFK Boulder can do the same for the others. Bleeding Wolves just face checks. Oh my god, look at the damage from this Garen, and Sir Joey's just gonna get ripped to pieces. The bullet time and the Mossy Injustice is invested as well. The invade in the jungle goes well for DA Donkeys. They just run over Sir Joey like a piece of paper. This Garen is absolutely taking over the game here, True.
Yeah, and I think that, like, if I'm DA at this point...
Maybe it hasn't stopped as we see Crab trying to deal some damage. They have to be wary of that Impale. Wild Growth invested, the hook back in. Oh my god, the Ixtal's impact into the double Impale. They kill Bleeding Wolves, but I think surely this is going to be the Kog'Maw going down. The world walking them down. Goes down to the Kiana, and the Mel is late to the party. They're not choosing to TP the double knockup. Look at the Ixtal's edge doing decent damage, but Conquitos is very tanky. He's tanking up a lot. The TP finally here gets the root into the combo. The full combo from the Mel doesn't get the kill, and the Golden Eclipse does get the kill back as the world kills one in zombie form, but can't chase down the Skarner. Fox finally made it to the play and turns it around. Ultimately, it's I think it's a 5 for the Gwen, because the Gwen died too. Yeah, it's a 5 for 3 for DA Donkeys as they expand the gold lead now to 4K. They are winning in these fights, and they're getting paid for it here, True.
And that's what I was going to say, like, before the fight was really breaking out. Like, it's an awkward position after you kill Sir Joey, like, for MSL to navigate, because Metashift doesn't have TP, right? Like, you saw the Kiana in bot lane, which gives DA the confidence to say, okay, well, we can look for something, we can force, even through Wild Growth from Lulu. That's not enough to keep that Kog'Maw safe. You saw Ixtal's impact into the Impale just devastate the Cog and the Lulu. And then, you know, like, yes, eventually the Kiana is able to arrive, but I'd say at that point the damage is done, and Kiana's kind of on salvaging duty. Juanitos, though...
Juanito Soul taken solo by the Kog'Maw, but on the other side, they got the pick onto the Kiana. The suppress goes onto the Kog'Maw, who's not tanky enough, as he just goes down to the Mel combo. Sir Joey trying to fight a desperate battle and is going to lose. The world not even there to witness his team get run over, and the last rocket grab seals their fate. It is DA Donkeys just saying, screw your scaling advantage. We have the team fight, and they're just winning over and over again, ballooning the gold lead to about 6K now, and they're gonna get this Dragon Soul point. Oh, the world dodging the rocket grab. They're trying to clear the way, but I don't think they can do it by themselves. As they look, AFK Boulder canceling the decimating smash, and yeah, it's just the world can't really do a damn thing. He clears the wave, yes, but the damage is done. The dragon was taken, and it's just too late to do anything.
Yeah, and it seemed like there was this bit of aggression from Crab, thinking like, okay, I have the damage to kill this MF, I can just auto her down, and that almost happened. But what was happening, in the meantime, was that Metashift was getting pummeled in the, I think around the Raptor hit. You're not able to finalize the kill on MF, and then by that point, you're getting collapsed on. And once again, I voiced this potential concern, right? Like, is Lulu a very key combo with Kog'Maw? It's iconic, yeah, absolutely. But this whole you draft a Kog'Maw composition. The idea is that your team exists to serve Kog'Maw.
Oh,
Otherwise,
no. Oh no.
no, I mean that's just Garen though. At
That's
this point,
Garen.
it's a full damage Garen. You built your composition as if I'm being harsh here, I will say you built a number of half measures.
Oh, Crab in some danger, gets stunned against the wall. Bullet time invested, the wild growth as well. Impale hits too. Again, look at these angles. Conquitos locks him close to the wall. Sir Joey gets the needlework but goes down. Yes, AFK Boulder gave their life, but after a beautiful engage, it is just so worth it. Oh my god, Kog'Maw actually got the kill with the Acathian surprise for a double on the side of Crab, but ultimately those sacrifices are so worth it. It is 3 for 2 for the side of DA Donkeys, and they're going to get this tier 2 as well. It feels like the Scion is so disconnected from these fights, like you want to play them to peel, but he's just never there to help that Kog'Maw. And the angles have just been so damn good for DA Donkeys. They're really playing around this Blitzcrank and the Skarner.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's just becoming increasingly frustrating for MSL because you can't actually keep the Cog safe. The mid laner that you drafted, the jungler that you drafted do not serve that purpose. So it makes the Kog'Maw pick appear useless functionally because no one can keep it substantially safe enough, right? Yes, the Scion isn't able to join these fights, but I think more egregious than that is just the fact that it feels like in this game MSL is just severely disjointed, right? It doesn't feel like they're moving around as a group as much as they're trying random things here and there, and now they're getting punished for it, and they've been taking incremental losses, and it's mounting up, right? They lost Soul just a couple of minutes ago. They were only at a 4k gold deficit, and now that's close to at 7.3k at this point, a little bit more. You're looking at a 10k gold deficit, and if you are MSL, you're hoping somehow that you're gonna luck your way into another 10 minutes for Cog to hit full items.
Yep, oh, the hook forward on the world. He's tanking up good for his team. The Garen is on the bot side. This could be the angle that MSL are looking for, but they don't really have an engage as the world is just rooted up. Crab looking for some damage, but can't get anything. The Garen's just getting free turrets here. The hook over the wall hits the world. Ixtal's impact used to escape. And yeah, this is the problem, right? MSL don't really have the engage available unless the world wants to send it with the ult, but that cramped area is just not it, as Garen's going to take one. I think he's going to probably easily wipe out this other turret. The tier 3 is going to be papered to this full damage Garen with the buff of the Void Grubs. And actually, DA are the ones that's starting Baron. This could be a bit dangerous for them, but they're knowing to peel off. I think they're just playing for the bait. As, oh my god, this is worse than the Trundle last week here, True.
Oh no, I think the Trundle was way worse.
Okay.
Trundle,
but this guy can kill you too. Look, the flash forward into Demacian Justice. The world can't even be safe in his own base.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm saying that Trundle was worse because Trundle's team was losing, and you're just able to win because Trundle's Giga Split pushing.
Okay, wait, the fight might be in the favor of MSL here. Joey used the needlework. Oh, what the heck? Crab just walked in straight into the hook with no backup.
He's just losing this game right now, though. Garen is hitting the Nexus turret.
Bleeding Wolves might just end here. The first Nexus turret is taken low. He's running away with the Stride Breaker, but look how low the turret is. Juanito's full HP, has the bullet time. It is just DA Donkeys pushing for the end here as we see a big supreme display of talent, but Metashift just doesn't really have the damage to do much other than kill the support. There's no minions here, so it is pretty tanky. Oh, okay, Fox decides to tank 15 turret shots for no reason, but it's okay because they're going to get this turret. Ultimate from the Scion is blocked by the Skarner. Conquitos now running away, flashes as well to get away from the decimating smash. And sure, I mean, DA Donkeys didn't technically end the game yet, but now at over 10k gold, this is almost 12. Almost 11k, and they're gonna get the Ocean Soul here. Oh, sorry, Chemtech Soul here for more heals and shields and more damage reduction. MSL are, let's just say, hard pressed would be an understatement to try to make it back in this game.
Yeah, I mean MSL, like this is just not a fun position to be in. Like they can't really like play for anything. As you said, they're lacking on engage. They're lacking in the ways to keep the Kog'Maw alive. But Bleeding Wolves is taking a whole ton of damage. Garen will just be able to walk it out though. Like it's, but like I think the other thing I'm going to say here is that like Kog really needs, like if you really want this Kog'Maw to be successful, you do need to like funnel gold into him somehow, right? Like you have this bot lane that has these super minions. Like Meta Shift rather has been like pivotal in finalizing some kills and turning like a bad situation into a less bad one. But the fact that Kog'Maw isn't able to get like more resources into the inventory, like this Cog that you need to be a late game machine gun tearing through the enemy team, is kind of egregious to me because it really feels like MSL's comp is feeling half-baked at this point.
Yeah, I totally agree with you there, Drew. It felt like the team fights are supposed to be, hey, Kog'Maw has the Lulu for the support and the peel. You have a front line that is the Scion, who's getting currently torn apart by the Garen. Oh, the flash to cancel the ultimate. Rocket Grab misses, but I don't think it matters since Bleeding Wolves kills him anyway. The world is the least tankiest tank I've seen because Bleeding Wolves is just a monster. Fully completed items. Level 19, surprised that they're not level 20, but yeah, this God King Garen really is taking the moniker of God King to heart because, yeah, you just cannot deal with this guy. As Crab, oh, getting too close, almost gets hooked up, looking for some damage with the autos, chunks out Juanito's soul, but maybe that damage just doesn't really mean much because it's the MF who can heal back up with that Bloodthirster. And like you were saying, like this guy, we cannot answer Bleeding Wolves, and the team fights don't go in the way because we have no front line because he's paper, and he's not really there, and our support enchanters not really enough to keep this 10,000 gold Garen, 10,000, sorry, advantage Garen off of us. Oh, as we see the Solar Snare hit. Stun into the wall as well. The Howlin' Mist keeping Joey alive for just a little bit longer. Crab trying to do the damage, but even if he pumps out the damage, he can't 1v9 this game. Meta Shift looking to clear the wave, and on the top side, Crab is practically in a 1v4 trying to clear.
Yeah, I mean, like, at this point, you're seeing that, like, the solo laners of MSL are stuck trying to defend the lanes of the broken inhibitors, and it's just once again not enough. Aura might. Aura has to walk out here.
Time the hook misses. Crab, it's all on them as they try to kite it out. Oh, Aura just dies to the double up. Good angle on that as Crab is dealing damage, but he just can't punch through. Now the Baron minion waves are breaking down the turrets. That's one. Now that's two. And I think we are too damn cursed here, Drew, as it's going to be DA Donkey just running over the team fight. Golden Clips used. The Garen executes him from half HP with the Demacian Justice. The hook even out of the fountain for that last one. It is DA all the way, baby, as they bring us to a beautiful end of Game 2. And of course, the curse continues. We are taking it to Game 3. MSL versus the DA Donkeys in Game 3 of what we were always cursed with in the Franchise Premier League. I've been Kevin Dunk, and I'm joined by True as well as Shivam on production. And we were just chatting before jumping to the break, True. We're talking about the Samira, how we do not like to see this champion in every team comp, but it's very situational, and I'd like to let you finish your thoughts because, yeah, it's a very interesting pick into this team comp.
I mean, like, the Samira is something that, like, you see... Like, in contrast to, let's say, the Mel, right? Like, I think that Samira is something that tends to be more successful in solo queue because, like, you can exploit the fact that certain people aren't playing around cooldowns, right? But in competitive, like, people are be like, okay, well, you know that Samira hasn't ulted yet. Like, let's try to play around that. Let's try to, like, make sure we have CC available for her ultimate and that you can deny the damage access. Oh, man. Wait. This is getting pretty dicey early.
Yeah, I mean, Aura actually burned the heal just for that trade. Crab legitimately got 0 HP from that heal, but Juanito Soul's just going to pop a potion, and I think that's the problem with Samira, right? Like, your range extender being the passive really only works if you hit the stun, so Aura missed the first one, does get the second one for a bit of a trade, but yeah, if you're not in range before they hit that slow, you can't really actually follow up.
Yeah, I mean, like, Bard is certainly a champion that can get quite aggressive as well with those auto attacks, and you did see Aura actually use heal, I think, more offensively than anything else, because you know Tarek has exhaust. So you burning the heal very early on, like you are likely going to have that tool back up again by the time anything else happens. So you're trying to burn it as like just a positive trade for yourself, not have to chew on your potions. The damage they got was more than relevant because you do see that Vanitas was forced to use potion. Now, up here in top lane, the world has not been having a great time in this series. Like I think we can all openly acknowledge that, right?
It's just a wet noodle fight.
It's a wet noodle fight, but Bleeding Wolves is winning. Like Bleeding Wolves has a bigger noodle.
Yeah, he's got the extra long lasagna sheet, and the world's got some penne. But I mean, he's winning the trades, yes, but it's just I think Bleeding Wolves just hits the elastic slingshot and leaves, right? The world now out of mana.
I mean, even if he dies, he doesn't care.
Yeah,
right?
Up.
Like Malphite's not killing you.
Unless he has this. No, I'm just kidding. Wait, he got the level up. Maybe there's enough damage. No. Okay, I take it back.
No. Those minions hurt. Those minions hurt. Stop. Those minions hurt.
Bleeding Wolves might actually die here, but no, he flashes to get the. Oh, he got the healing from that cell division. The passive gives him enough bloblets to live, and Bleeding Wolves also ignites to keep the Malphite away. But slapboxing getting very aggressive early game, and in the mid lane, the Fox actually losing a pretty big health. Bar there to the devastating fire. The passive, the Mark of the Visionary, actually is so good after they buffed it, and now there's a gank on mid. Fox has the flash, but Joey flashes immediately, gets the briefcase. Can Fox follow up? Okay, he does manage to get away. The stun was canceled, but now on the top side, what is going on? Conquitos just whiffed the engage, and he's almost dead.
I mean, like,
what is going on?
They went under turret. Like, that's the only answer, right? And I think you're doing that so that the minion wave crashes in and you make sure that like the Malphite like isn't able to have an even lane. Like because before that, Malphite was only down like 4 CS or so. And with Bleeding Wolves being like super low on HP and unable to actually like walk into the wave because of Malphite, I think you have Conguitos there to try to finalize a kill. Oh, okay. That could be fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Juanito Soul is sure he gets stunned, but he honestly got a huge heal off of the Starlight's Touch and the Spell Shield. Yes, the Electrocute proc makes it a trade back. Oh my god, this top lane is just... They're just whacking each other. They don't even care. But this lane-dominant Bard is pretty much working only because Tarek can't realistically hit the dazzle on him or doesn't want to. I mean, I feel like it's a very fake advantage. It's like, yes, you have Prio, but there's no... Like, you're not going for Dragon. You're not making it first to the play. Because there is no plays. MSL get a 2 CS lead and a health bar trade, but they're just going to back, and then it's going to be even between the Sivir and the Tarek once they get their first like components. And Sivir's going to be able to wave clear, and then the Tarek just going to walk away.
Yeah, and that's definitely what they are playing for. Like, look, Tarek, you are not really expecting to be a hyper-aggressive support early on, outside of some like more melee matchups that were like Dazzle. Oh, there's a stun. Wait,
stun with Conquitos? Oh, wait.
Waiting.
Look at the bait. Okay, he burns the flash. I don't know what that was, but the delayed flag and drag gets the flash off Metaship. That's some 5D chess. I don't know what he's thinking, but it's obviously working.
Up here in top lane again, like, the world at a, let's say, health deficit, working on that early AP. Wait, Crab getting a little bit hurt. Still looking for something, though. Don't have ult yet,
Joey is here. Yeah, there's no ulti, so the exhaust is used the flash away from AFK Boulder, but now Aura in a pretty bad spot. Gets the double stun, though. Metashift is here. Crushing Maw gets absorbed. The Dazzle for the disengage, and Metashift makes it to the play, but there's not really a play to be had after that, as, offside. But it's bounce used, and oh my god, look at the damage from that Unstable Matter. That's a kill, baby, for Bleeding Wolves. Getting like their 10th, probably solo kill of this series. Great job knowing their limits and just blowing up the world.
Yeah, and that's also just building to Ruby Crystals, right? Like, you do see that the world is building that early AP, at the very least to get that Malignance and have that lower ult time so you have more uptime on it.
Ooh.
Lux, there's just not much damage to be had from Syndra this early on. Right?
Wait, they're scrapping over this dragon there. Dazzle hits one. Crab is still not level 6, but they get the execute on AFK Boulder, who's just taken too low. Sir Joey did get the level 6. Oh my god, a nice double stun even after the flash and the follow-up reset from Crab. There's enough damage, and they just run through it. That is certainly a way to fight. Conquitos didn't have ultimate, and Sir Joey did, making all the difference. Pops the maximum dosage, lives on such low HP, and he turns around the fight. I think that was, what, 3 kills for 0 in the bot side just off of that turn from that ultimate. That Scuttle Crab, probably the MVP for the side of MSL.
Yeah, I mean, I think it also begs the question of, like, is this really necessary? Like, you know, you don't have the Cosmic Radiance from Taric. Like, you are bleeding a little bit. Like, I understand, like, you think, okay, this is an early opportunity for us, but is the single stack Chem Drake really that important that you are going to, like, kind of sack your lane a little bit here? Like, luckily for DA, right? Like, it's not the Samira that gets accelerated from those assists as hard, like, as much as, like, Mundo gets accelerated from the kills. But, like, that's still a problem. You're still seeing that Samira get, what, 600 gold up, you know, early on. I really think that they probably should have, like, waited until they're close to 6 to play around with that. Now, with that Dazzle down, Aura can just walk up.
Yeah, Spell Shield was used just the auto. Crab now dashing in, trying to get the full stack, so the passive for the Infernal Trigger. Juanito still not level 6. Crab still not on that S rank, so the trade ends up being bad, but not terrible, as now the Temper Fate on that level 6 instantly hits. Crab looking for it. The double stun from that Cosmic Binding as Juanito Soul's taken very low, but Crab cannot finish them off.
Yeah, and yeah, like you were talking about. Oh wait,
flash forward! Crab looking for the kill, and they pop the barrier. They are going to survive. Actually, they're not. They're going to go down to AFK Boulder, but they did secure the kill. Most importantly, so that is the Sivir losing a big wave, and the Bard. I mean, he's here to support the play before AFK Boulder is, who tries to get the heal. The Dazzle stops the shield from Sir Joey as the passive gets popped. Aura looking for more poke under turret as they're trying to clear the wave. Meta Shift is here though. He does have the ultimate. The Dazzle only hits one. The Flag and Drag completely whiffs for some reason. The big the Cosmic Radiance as the Meta Shift is just locked under turret. I think he just autoed once, and now he got the aggro as Juanito Soul now looking for it. He doesn't have the ultimate. Gets slowed up by the Cleaver. Juanito Soul looking for this. The maximum dosage popped, and Sir Joey's gonna turn it. The damage from the Bard and the Mundo's enough to pop the J4. They keep chasing, but they can't keep going because of the Cleavers slowing them down over and over. So, I mean, a bit of a misplay from Meta Shift, but it's followed up by a bit of a misplay from Conquitas, who thought he had the damage, but once you use that Flag and Drag, baby, you're kind of out of options, and he just takes a briefcase to the face.
Yeah, I mean, this is getting, like, bad to worse, I'd say, for DA, because you were getting so much gold in on this Mundo, and I was saying, like, DA should be relatively safe until you, like, unless you see, you know, the big meme of Mundo, like just being able to walk in on you and, like, just funneling gold, getting all those kills onto Mundo will serve you, like, very long in that pursuit. Getting a bit low here.
Yeah, Crab taking
there is no Cosmic Radiance available, though. That's,
yeah,
like,
there's no Taric ults. Aura's just hitting them with the auto attacks, but the Cosmic Binding goes wide. The Dazzle hits. Oh no, the Boomerang Blade, though, doesn't connect. Aura is practically just Aura farming. He's just walking in front of their faces and just taking the aggro off of the Samira, who is going to be able to get back and heal up, I think, from the shrines if the Bard has them there. Okay, no, never mind, no shrines. There's one cooking.
Slapped one down, yeah.
Yeah, okay, he's got 2 cooking. But yeah, the Sivir Taric, just no offensive pressure. The problem is Juanito Soul died so many times and is so down so much gold. He doesn't actually have the the full item completed yet, and it's hurting in the damage department.
Yeah, and you're seeing Boulder, like, when you have
Dazzle.
Yeah, like, when you have the Dazzle up, you are able to be aggressive, especially into the Samira. And, like, but if you don't land the Dazzle, you kind of need to peel away, wait for Samira's stacks to fall off. Wait, Meta Shift getting a bit low. The Fox might be getting punished as well.
Fox not by the ultimate as well. No, he flashes, tries to secure with the Dark Spear, but it's the Hui with the shield from the Pool of Reflection, just barely alive. Sir Joey helping secure that one for their 4th kill of the game. Conquitos now in some trouble as him and Bleeding Wolves have to run out of the Void Grub Pit. They secure 2, but they can't secure all of them because, man, Sir Joey on the Mundo with that Heartsteel, with the movement on the map, he's got the boots to run around, go wherever he pleases, and he is just taking over now as Bleeding Wolf taken low. Maybe?
I mean, but, like, okay, taken low, sure, but you are Zach. Oh, I guess I cursed it.
The world used the ultimate to make sure the Zac was in place, and I think the anti-healing from the Oblivion Orb is good enough, and Sir Joey, he says, pick up the phone, Mundo is here, and he bonks them for his 5th kill. Yeah, I think one of the win cons that we talked about for Meta Shift is Mundo going to be unkillable. This game, it's looking like that true.
Yeah, like Mundo is just getting, like, kill after kill after kill here, and progressively getting impossible to deal with. Like, you do see that completed Heartsteel in the inventory, but you're also seeing Mundo stacking up a lot of movement speed as well, with those boosts of swiftness likely working, I think, towards a... I mean, that could still be... It could still be, like, one of two things. Oh, that's good.
Fate hits 3. This is so dangerous as Fox tries to get the knockback. Cosmic Radiance invested. They have the invulnerability, but will they fight? They look for Crab. They don't get it. They get the Cataclysm, but it's Mundo who steals the Dragon away. They used everything just to get 1 kill. Bleeding Wolves is down here, though, making it a 5v3. They get the lockdown on Metashift with the stretching strikes. Can they kill Joey, though? Flash forward for the Flag and Drag. Pops it. The Dazzle follow-up is good, and the shutdown goes over to Bleeding Wolves. The Ignite doing so much damn work there as the Mundo didn't actually have the ultimate, so it is them giving over the Dragon. Yes, DA give over the Dragon, but get a ton of gold in the process over to Conquitos and Bleeding Wolves is big. Maybe that's the angle they need back into this game.
Yeah, I mean, like, that was a good fight for DA. I mean, yes, they do lose the stacked up drag. They do lose out on stacking up drag or equalizing it. But at the end of the day, like, I think that DA is kind of happy about that, just being able to get a fight win for themselves, getting, you know, equalizing the gold a little bit. Bleeding Wolves, I think you're still, like you can't really, like, take these constant fights because the world does have that Oblivion Orb, so your healing isn't as relevant as you thought it was. But, like, it's not the, like, I think the other thing is, like, Zach doesn't feel, like, or at least, sorry, Zach players don't feel as confident when they don't have passive available. Like, I guess there's two kinds of Zach players: the ones who are always going in, and the ones who will only go in when they have passive up.
That's fair. That's fair. Which one are you, True? Oh wait,
I don't play Zach.
Under turret though, decent trade onto.
He's fine.
But yeah, he just pops the seismic shard and does the Malphite thing of running away. Oh wait, Crab in a decent spot here, is trying to stack up the style points, gets it all the way to S immediately, pops the Infernal Trigger.
Oh, that feels so bad.
Of the Sivir as AFK Boulder missing the Dazzle. Conquitos is making it
junglers
there.
Are coming.
Awarded. Oh wait, yeah, so is Mundo though. The world knocked up again. Is there enough damage? Bleeding Wolves flash to follow up, and I think he's gonna get it. Great flash fall, but I think he's gonna die here. Yeah, it's gonna be a trade 1-for-1. Just tanks up too many turret shots, but I mean, I guess Bleeding Wolves does crash in the wave successfully. So no flash for either of these top laners. Aura looking for something. Oh, Juanito Soul absorbing the stun with the spell shield, and the Dazzle does hit Samira, but Juanito Soul just can't get in range for the damage. He's just so behind in terms of how far he can step up. He can't really pressure even after the AFK Boulder hits the Dazzle.
Yeah, and like it feels like they are slightly disjointed. Oh, wait. Joey kind of showing up here, just trying to be a big, scary presence. Like, item-wise, it looks like he's working on Dead Man's Plate. Fox?
Well, Fox ain't a big
should be able to walk. Actually, no, wait, no. Sir Joey's coming in.
Maybe not, though. Yeah, Sir Joseph is running him down. Call him by his legal name because he hits you with the legal documents. It's just going to be Sir Joey picking that one up for free now. Follow-up, though. Flash away from the Dazzle. Metashift does make it out. Has no mana on the way. Bleeding Wolves trying to make it to the play to save their mid laner, but it doesn't do a damn thing. Dude, Sir Joseph is just going crazy. Look at him with the legal filings just going to run on top of Bleeding Wolves, and he's just going to do so much damage. Now running down Conquitos, he pops the maximum dosage. Is there enough damage from just the Soul Mundo? He chooses not to go for it, but okay. Conquitos maybe thinking that he can step up to Mr. Patrick Bateman over there and has to back off. So it is practically just Sir Joey saying, yeah, I literally go where I please because you don't damage me at all.
Yeah, the EQ back in was a little bit dicey because, like, you only have AFK Boulder coming in to help you. Yes, you probably, like, will have access to Cosmic Radiance at that point, but you're not really getting the damage output to kill that Dr. Mundo, especially with the healing active. Whoa, speaking of aggression.
Okay, aggression is there. If the world hit the knock-up on Fox, Tempered Fate used, but Metashift is here, and they lock up AFK Boulder. Cosmic Radiance is not fast enough, and it gets completely wasted. It's Fox only getting it and running away. Bleeding Wolves looking for the less bounce. The stun from the Scatter of the Weak is good, but they just don't have the damage. Sir Joey is just too damn tanky, and the world walks away with single-digit HP. This is the sad Cell division, as you have to watch your little bloblets get bonked on by the briefcase once again, and it's the side of Metashift just running over these fights. There is no damage from DA to really pressure at all, and they lose everything.
Like, Bleeding Wolves must be so annoyed in that very moment, like seeing your passive come up just as you're dying, pretty much wasting your next cell division as well. Oh, wait, Morditos might be in a bit of trouble.
I mean, the Bard is practically 1v1ing the Sivir as now Meta Shift is here, misses the Severing Bolt. But I think they're trying to make a play here. AFK Boulder is on a ward. Fox has the stun, but Fox just doesn't really do the damage right now. It feels like DA Donkeys, they have a scaling threat, but they're not really playing into it. They're choosing to scrap, and they're not really winning it.
Yeah, I mean, TA, like, they are roughly 4k gold down, which is definitely a bad spot to be in. Oh, they're looking for...
Inferno Trigger, jump back in. I mean, it doesn't do a lot, but, I mean, who does do a lot? It's Sir Joseph with the briefcase, but, I mean, seeing the Mundo in the mid lane means that DA Donkeys, I think, are going to secure the Dragon, so a bit of hope for them there, stopping a bit of the scaling, the scaling threat of the Dragon Soul. That would be, that would have been soul point, so at least they have another 10 minutes from now before it's MSL securing that one. And yeah, like you said, it is a 4k gold lead, but looking at the map, it's kind of helpless. Bleeding Wolves is deciding to go in, gets blown up by Meta Shift. I mean, fire beats goo, I guess. That's the Pokemon type matchup, as he just gets roasted by the devastating fire. And now the Rift Herald summon mid lane. Crab and Sir Joseph are here. First crash in. Are they going to try to secure this turret? Conquitos is here. Dazzle hits nothing. I think they're going to protect the turret, but... oh, maybe not. Sir Joseph is just going for it as the big damage from the way. They lock up AFK Boulder. Do they have the damage? He doesn't have the Cosmic Radiance. He is going to flash out, though. As oh my god, the Severing Bolt does so much, and it just executes Taric. Unfortunately for AFK Boulder, that glorious haircut is not enough to save him from Meta Shift's wrath, as the electricity just fries him. And it's a 6k gold lead now for the side of MSL. It is blown open here, True.
Yeah, and MSL, they're so easily able to rotate around the map with what you see on your screen right there. That Bard, that Mundo, both of them have Dead Man's Plate. Both of them have Boots of Swiftness, so they are just able to show up so quickly to a lot of these fights. Bleeding Wolves, I was talking about what kind of Zac are you? Are you the one that's always going in, or one that waits for passive? And I think we do have our answer. And considering his last death, like, Bleeding Wolves is constantly looking for an angle, but that is actually playing against TA at this point, right? Like, you're going in and you're not really able to find anything. And the other part about this is that you are going for an AP Bruiser build as Zac, which, don't get me wrong, Zac is more than capable of pumping out damage, but now you are kind of getting punished for it, right? You are not tanky, you are quite squishy, and that's playing against you.
Is this a continuation of the wet noodle fight? Maybe. Oh, AFK Boulder slowed up, though. Man, it feels like Boulder gets a dazzle, and then he just has to immediately back off as Fox looking for this Unleashed power, but has to flash away from the damage. Conquitos, though, flag and drag, is he in range? Gets the ultimate for the dunk. The Tempered Fate just a bit too late. Gives Conquitos the fadeaway golden pose, as it's a good kill onto the way. It was a burn of flashes. Oh, wait. AFK Boulder in some danger here. I think he's just going to get ripped apart by the Inferno Trigger. Good dodge on that dazzle from Crab to secure the kill. It's a trade 1-for-1, but it feels a lot worse for DA Donkeys because, yeah, I mean, you get the kill, sure, onto your Jarvan. He's not going to be useful. And, oh, my God, what the heck? The world just dunks on him with the ultimate. I didn't think that Bleeding Wolves was actually going to die there, but, I guess I underestimated his damage as much as Bleeding Wolves did, because that's a solo bolo, probably for one of the first times this game for the world, so shoutouts to them.
Yeah, that must feel great after, the early game of this game and the previous two. I feel pretty awesome at that point. And I think that's partially a reflection of just having that Oblivion Orb available and really stopping up Bleeding Wolves' ability to utilize those blobs and constantly heal over and over and over again. And you see that Bleeding Wolves is going for a lot of healing, right? You have the Riftmaker, you have that Spirit Visage, so getting hit with Grievous Wounds feels really bad because it kind of stops your entire game plan. But that being said, that's not really the main issue that DA are running into here. They've just been getting run down in these fights. So much gold has been funneled into this Dr. Mundo that he's kind of already become unassailable already at 4k HP in 20 minutes. And the rest of the members for MSL, the Samira has been staying relatively untouched. The Bard has never died. And it feels like MSL completely shored up their deficits from the previous game.
Ooh, and MSL are going to find another pick. Sir Joseph, are you going to pick this one up? Nope. Okay, Meta Shift, you're a dog. You stole that. Nah, I'm just kidding. But, I mean, that's the reality of things, right? DA, you have to send in your support to get vision, but you send him in, he's dead. There's absolutely no way you can walk up and base check. You really only have the Jarvan flag and the Syndra stun, but I think by then, if you're that close, it's too late for you, and the Malphite or the Mundo can just run you down.
Bleeding Wolves, once again, not to be outdone. Still looking for those fights. I mean, he is actually capable of doing damage. You're actually also seeing that the world is fully investing into the AP build here, right?
I love
this
it.
This isn't, oh, I'm going Malignant into tank. No, like, this is, I am trying to one-shot the enemy backline. At the very least, pressure them super hard. And I think at this point, right, like, it's cathartic for the world, right? You're finally hitting a point, like, where you can actually do something, or at least, like, feel like you have high impact with your ultimate. But B, you know, your team is also so far ahead that you feel enabled to play like this and build like this. Like, DA certainly should have a way in, and this might be it.
Combo? Tempered Fate, though, hits 3. There's a 4-man stack on top of this. The Scatter of the Weak doesn't hit the Samir, though. Sir Joey's just going to flash in. Meta Shift goes down. But look at the damage he pumped up before he died. Juanito still have to flash away the Inferno Trigger. Kills the Jarvan, and the dashboard kills the Syndra. AFK Boulder now stuck in between a rock and a hard place, even though the rock is already gone, as Juanito Soul is desperately trying to make a run attempt, and it's going to be Aura on the Bard, solo boloing him with the Blood Song. He's building a Leandres, maybe? I don't know what that mask is doing there, but that just goes to show you how desperate DA Donkeys are there to trying to make a fight happen. They get the full wombo on top of the Samira, and then Bard goes, yeah, okay, no. And then they just wait around so long. They try to kill Samira, who gets away. Yes, you kill Meta Shift, but he threw out everything before he died, so he practically got his full value out of his kit. And then Samira just rips and tears through everyone. Oh, Bleeding Wolves, what are you doing here, man? He's going for the Samira, but I don't think he wins this. Samir popping the ultimate. Oh, actually, maybe he does win this. Crab taking solo.
Oh, no.
We got a crit on that last auto. The Cell Division is good, but it's not good enough to keep you alive against Crab. So living on just single-digit HP, it's Crab healing back up enough and killing the Zac in time. So, I mean, it was a valiant effort by the side of Bleeding Wolves, but it just wasn't enough at this point. It's just, I think he's just too far behind.
Yeah, I like... The crit's unlucky there. You saw that, like, the Zac did have a legitimately, like, big chunk of health. The other part of, like, that is, though, like, there's no armor on the Zac, right? Like, you have a chunk of MR from the Spirit Resist, but you have no armor, so Samir is able to hit you quite hard with all that AD that she's built up. The world in a little bit of trouble here, but with the ult should be able to... Oh, no, they're fully
yeah, nice. The Dazzle extension, too. Conquisto's got it off of the Cataclysm, but it is the Bard for the backup, and now Sir Joseph MD is here. Maybe not an MD, but he has a Bachelor of Business or something, as he's just going to walk up, eat some damage, and just walk away. Wait, the stun hit. The Flag and Drag actually got the kill, but now the double stun into Crab, just ripping and tearing with the Inferno Trigger. They're just... The health bars are evaporating before I can even say it true. There is no recourse for DA Donkey as they kept one, but they invest so long, they chase so far, and it is going to be just the setup from the Samira and the setup from the Hui just melting them to pieces afterwards. It was a beautiful setup stun by the Aura to secure it, and Crab is just, I mean, he's on 3 items. Samira at 25 minutes, he is a menace to be reckoned with.
Absolutely, and like there really isn't anything that DA can substantially do. You're seeing Fox trying to claw something back, trying to just push the mid wave in, because like they can't take the fight, right? Like, it's taking too long to kill your primary target. Syndra still doesn't have that execute available yet, and it's just so frustrating for DA to be in this position because, like, Syndra is at what? Let me do it like a real quick splinter check. 90. Like, you're just not quite there. Bleeding Wolves going back in.
Flashed into the ultimate. Crab, though, hits the Inferno Trigger. Gets canceled by the Elastic Slingshot. Do they have enough damage? The Zanya's popped. Okay.
Still looking for it. Oh, no.
Crab pops him with an auto attack, and he has the S available. He popped the Inferno Trigger, but I think surely, yes, it is enough to flag and drag. The last Dragon Strike does get the kill for the shutdown on the Samira, but he does still trade over a kill. He's monstrous. Even in a 3v1, he still takes one down with him and burns Bleeding Wolves' Zanya, or Armguard, excuse me.
The world wants to just ult Fox here in the bottom lane. You're seeing him, like, wait at the Gromp.
Oh, he's waiting.
He wants this so bad. Oh, my lord.
Boom, and that's a one-shot. That's the ARAM build, baby. Storm Surge for the kill. I mean, the world is building a Malphite like I build Aurora, and it's working. I mean, there's really nothing you can do if you're Fox.
Yeah, no, there's no surviving that unless you know, reaction time flash that out. Like, it's so sad to be Fox in this game as Syndra. Like, you haven't really been able to get any of your kills, you are still shy of the execute threshold on Unleashed Power. Like, you know, Fox isn't doing great, Juanitos isn't doing great. There really isn't anything that DA has been capable of playing through damage-wise, and it really shows. Like, I think that early Dragon fight seriously set the tone for them, because, like, they haven't been able to find an in. Like, they've desperately thrown themselves at MSL hoping to get something so many times now, but they keep giving up more and more and more. And, you know, we're facing down a potential soul for MSL in just under a minute here, but I don't even think that they really care about playing for it.
No, Tempered Fate hits one AFK Boulder. Locked up Sir Joey, gonna pop.
They don't even hurt him.
Oh, it's not even the max.
Yeah, he hasn't even ulted yet. Yeah.
Zapper. Oh my god, Cataclysm is good. And now in the backline, look at Crab. He just eviscerates. Juanito dodges the stun with that wild charge, and he's gonna keep going crazy as he's trying to chase down Fox. On the other side, Bleeding Wolf is trying to stall, but in the end, Aura, with the help of the Samira damage, Crab gets a single ultimate trigger and just wipes the entire enemy team from the back line forward. It is, I mean, that looks like what released Samira looked like in my memory, because that was a clean 5-0 from the side of MSL. And I think they're going to prove us wrong here, True. They're going to take it all the way to the bank. They have the Baron just for a little bit longer, and I think they're going to try to end the game.
I mean, yeah, like the timers are more than enough, especially when you have your full 5-man squad and you have Baron buff. There is nothing to worry about at this point. MSL, this is the shortest game of the series. They are going to close it out clean. And, you know, like, for all that I said, right? Like, MSL, they were able to pull off that Samira in, like, pretty dominant order. And I think a lot of that is credited to Aura just being able to be so aggressive on that part.